Hey everybody, it's Liz. Welcome in, welcome in. If you are new here, thanks for stopping in. And if you are one of my longtime subscribers, thank you very much for coming back. I would love it if you like this video or like my content to hit that like button and think about subscribing. So now that all that's out of the way, I am here to do, and I know there's a bunch of different people's tutorials on little golden books, but this is my take. I always try to figure out how to kind of get the pages when you do it like this so that the spine is... so that you can see the golden spine. I like to kind of keep the continuity of the book, but I always struggled with trying to figure out how, without cutting out the words, how to kind of do the pages, because obviously when you take a ½ inch from either side, it makes an inch spine, but it also takes this down by a ½ inch. It takes the pages down by a ½ inch. So I've come up with a good plan or a good process on how to do that. So I am going to show you that today. And then maybe if it's not too long, I might decorate this one. I might do this off camera. I know you kind of don't need to see me fiddling through the pages and doing that unless, you know, maybe you want to see my process. So if you do want to see that process, leave me a comment and let me know if that is something that you'd like to see, is how I actually put these together. So I have my coffee. I'm going to take a sip. And we're going to get into this one. So this is a very old little golden book. So this is 10, 20, 25, 1925. That doesn't make sense, is it? Am I doing my Roman numerals right? X's or 10s. Yeah, like, oh, L. There's an L. Okay, so 1950, 45? Anyway, around there. It's old. I don't think it's that old because we have Bert and Ernie and I know they didn't come around until a little bit older. So there's my Roman numerals. That's as much as I know. Anyway, that's funny. So what you're going to want to do is find the middle of the book. So I want to say it's right here. So you find the middle, and then I take this tool right here, which is a staple remover. Okay, so there's 2 staples in your book. There's one here and there's one here. So what I do is I take this tool, or any flat tool, honestly, and I start twisting. And I twist, and I twist, and I twist, and then I kind of pull, and then I twist some more. There probably is a better way to do this, but I find, for me, this works out well. And then I might not be in the middle of the book. That might be the problem. This might be the middle. Anyway, so it is a little bit of a struggle getting this. And then I might take this too. This is a Cricut tool, and kind of go in between. So it's a little bit difficult, but I like doing it this way because I want, like I said, the continuity of the book to be intact. And then you kind of just keep pulling it. I know I'm struggling. This one's tough. This one is tough. This one is. There we go. And then we keep pulling it. And I will tell you, these older books are a little bit tougher because they glued them as well. So not only did they put the staples in. So there we go. It was just a little bit of work. And then you can kind of take this and bend your staples up. Okay, so there you go. And you have this signature. So there's 2 signatures in the little golden books. And then you have this signature. And take it out very carefully. And then you are left with your staples. And because they're in and they're already glued in, you want to get your nippers and just nip them. Just nip them. And I always put my hand over it because they fly. So there's that. And then you can nip them down if you want to go further with it. But I will show you, like I said, I will show you what I do. And then I take them and then we get rid of those in the trash down here. So make sure you put those right away in the trash because you don't want those floating around because they will poke you. So now you're left with this. Okay, so there's going to be your 1-inch spine, and then it'll go like this. Okay, so it'll look like that when it's done. So that's how I like to do them. So then what I normally do is take a piece, and I'm going to run over here and grab it, is take a piece, and these happen to be Girl Scout cookie boxes, and just cut an inch piece of cardboard. So I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to get my trimmer out and trim, like I said, an inch. Let's cut the end off here. So let's cut an inch. So there is an inch. And then can't remember exactly how wide this is. But all I do is glue. Well, I take that back. The first thing I do is get some book tape. So this is kind of like masking tape on steroids. Like really, this is really cool stuff. It's very sticky. So then I just kind of rip it down the middle, and let's put that over there so it doesn't stick on anything. And then I stick it kind of right in the center to hold that just as extra. And then you're going to want to be careful of that just came through, so be careful of the staples. All right, so then we have that. And then I obviously cut and you'll see it getting a little, oh, Jesus, I just banged the camera. So you'll see it getting a little bit sturdier. And then what you're going to want to do is take your Fabri-Tac or strong PVA glue or Elmer's. I don't have good luck with Elmer's on the spines, especially over this masking tape. I just don't. I have really good luck with this Fabri-Tac. Okay, so you're going to want to do that. And then that. So, and that just reinforces the spine. Okay? That just reinforces the spine. And then you can cut. I don't know why I have those scissors out. I get my big scissors. Anyway, so that, like I said, that just reinforces the spine, and then you have your 1-inch spine, and you're going to want to let that settle for a little bit, and let that stick. See, it's shifting on me. So we're gonna set that side to dry, and then there you go. There's your spine, and it's already done, and you saved the continuity of the golden book, and now you have a little golden book. But like I said, when you do that, unfortunately, you lose like a 1/2 inch. So if you put these back in, they would be a 1/2 inch too big. So I always tried to figure out what to do. And then I was looking at it the other day, and I said, I saw this, and I said, well, of course, Elizabeth. So you just fold it right there on that 1/2 inch line and give it a good, let me get my bone folder. You just give it a good burnish, okay? So you give it a good burnish, and there's your, oops, there we go. There's your 1/2 inch. So then what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to take these apart and keep them, you know, you're going to want to make sure you keep them together. So let me move this out of the way too. So then you have what looks like this. So then what you're going to want to do is glue this part down. So you want to glue that down, and I just use art glitter glue for this. And you're going to want to glue that down. Okay. So you have this now. So you have this now, and this is glued. And then what you're going to do is take, and I need, let's see, I'm going to have to move this because I don't, well, let's do it on my trimmer because I don't want to cut on my silicone mat. So you're going to take your trimmer out and just cut like, I'm going to say 1/4 of an inch off. Okay, so like 1/4 of an inch, maybe. Is that 1/4 of it? Yeah, like 1/4 of an inch off. And then you're left with this. So then you're left with this, and this part is glued. So then you're going to want to just glue that little 1/4 of an inch strip down. Like so. All right, so you're gonna glue that little 1/4 of an inch strip, and then you have your book that opens up like that. So there you go, easy peasy. That is how I figured out how to do that. I don't know if anybody else figured that out. I have not seen it in the little golden books on how to do that. So there's the copyright 1922, copyright renewed 1950, and then copyright 1954. So I was close, 1954, but I honestly didn't think the Sesame Street, I thought was in the 70s. So I'm not really sure. Like, I swore they were in the 70s, but maybe not. Anyway, now I'm stumped. So yeah, there you go. So there is your first journal, and I'll do it again. So there, and it fits perfectly. Okay, so I'll do it a couple more times for you, and now we'll just chat. So like I said, you take the second page, and you're gonna glue this. So you've folded it on the 1/4 or on the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. okay? So you're going to glue this part down. Okay, so then that is glued. And let that dry for a minute, or just give it a good rub. You can burnish it with your bone folder if you want. Give it that in. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this, take your trimmer, and you're going to want to trim at the 1/4 inch mark. And that's still wet, so it's gripping a little bit. So you can let them dry a little bit longer. And then you're going to glue that section down. And then you keep your words, which is nice because you keep the story intact. And then it fits in your, let's see, this isn't, let's see, add a little bead of glue right there. There we go. And then make sure you're keeping your pages together. So this is the second page. So there we go. So that's the second page. Okay. And then we have the 3rd page. So you're going to open it up and you're going to glue this section. So glue. I hope everybody's doing well today. I didn't even ask you guys what the deal is today in Central Ohio. It is flippin' balmy. It is crazy how warm it is today. I think it's in the 70s here in November in Central Ohio, which is unheard of. And this one's just a little bit narrower. I went over the 1/4 inch mark, but honestly, this just needs to be, you know, glued a little bit. This just needs a little reinforcing right there. So you can do, you know, a 1/4, you can do a little bit more than a 1/4 cut off. And so there you have it. You have that. And so yeah, yes, so it is a balmy day here in Central Ohio. Very balmy. Anyway, I think I'm gonna cut this one short. You get the gist of it. So I will put the measurements and everything in the description box. I just wanted to pop on here for a quick minute and show you kind of how to do that, how to reinforce your spine, and maybe in the next video I will show you how to put these together. But I didn't want this to be a long video. I have kind of a bunch of stuff to do today, but I wanted to get it out there. And if you're with me this far, thanks for sticking with me. And like I said, think about hitting the like button and the subscribe button for more tutorials and decorations and all that. So you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video.